How do we feed the older dog? Well, if you think about it, in nature, dogs really don't live much beyond about 7 years old. Yeah, if you look at prairie dogs and dingoes and wolves and things like this, then 7 years old is quite an old age. Whereas the average domestic dog will live for the giant breeds maybe 7-8 years old, for something like Bernese, up to, the oldest dog in the world was 29 and a bit years old. But typically you'd be looking at, for an average sized dog, would be about 14 or so years. So in nature, there's not really much differentiation in what you eat through your lifetime, and so you don't need to change it too much as the dog gets older. What will change in later life is that they will get a little more sedentary and they won't burn quite as much energy. And so you might want to just reduce what you're feeding. If the dog has been really mad and energetic for their entire life, you'll be at the top end, the 3% or so there. And in older age, for the older dog, you maybe take it down to 2.5 or 2% of body weight. But watch the dog. If the dog is getting skinny, you're not feeding enough. You need to just modify things. If they're getting fat, then you need to modify it. That's the major change. If the dog has lost lots of teeth, then bones might be difficult, or chicken wings and drumsticks and things like this. They may be difficult. So you'd have to vary the chewing material that you give to those dogs. And the other thing is, some people say, oh, well, they're getting old, so they'll need extra nutrients. Well, I would hope that if you're feeding good food, either from one of the reputable manufacturers, or you're making the food yourself and putting in plenty of variety, then the dog will be receiving a lot, more than enough nutrients for its entire life. When they're young, dogs need plenty of nutrients because they're growing. During their lifetime, they're bombing about and they're reproducing and they're doing, all the things that dogs do. And so they need great nutrients there. And in old age, you need lots of great nutrients as well, minerals and vitamins and everything. So the only extra ones would be maybe some extra things to help with arthritic changes like that. But the fundamentals, you should be feeding the very best range of nutrients within a good food for the dog's entire life. So there you go. That's how you feed oldies.